A good day to all of you little ones. Today, we will be creating the 61st design in our lesson series. Let's get started. First, click on the plus mark at the top corner of the screen to open a new tab. Type thunkable.com in the address bar and press the enter button. Now, you have entered the Thunkable website. Then, click the plus mark again at the top corner of the screen to open another tab and go to the dpcode.lk website. Click on lesson number 299. Click the Start Project button here. Now you have entered the project. Today, we are going to add a chat agent to the portfolio app created using the Thunkable website. You may remember that we learned to create the portfolio app in the first lesson. Today, we are going to add another part to the same app. I have now finished adding the portfolio app that we created in the last lesson. If anyone hasn't watched our lesson on creating the portfolio app, check out the previous designs using the thunkable.com website now. From here on, we will add parts to the same design and improve it a little more. Look, now we have added 5 screens to the portfolio app as Home, Certificates, Skills, My Applications, Contact Us. Also, these 5 screens have been inserted into a top tab navigator. First, let's add another screen to this app and design this screen as needed. I click the plus mark on the right side of the Contact Us screen and add a new screen. Click the Rename button in front of the screen 1 in the section that shows the properties of the screen 1 and rename this screen as Bot Screen. I type Contact Us here. See, the newly added screen is added away from the top tab navigator. This is what we want. Next, we drag a web viewer under the user interface of Add Components into the Bot Screen like this. Okay. Next, let's go to the home screen. I want to add an image under label 1 under column 1 here. For that, let's drag an image under image in the Add Components into column 1 like this. Check carefully whether this image has been added below the label 1 in column 1. If it is not added to the required place, we can take the image to the desired place by using the box showing the component. Okay, now let's adjust the properties of this image. First, click the Rename button here and rename it as Image Chatbot. I am typing Image Chatbot here. Let's add a picture next. I click on the box below the picture and selected the chatbot.jpg image. Let's give the absolute size for the height and the width of the image and set the size to 60. Okay, now we have added new parts to the app and have completed the design. The next step is to create a chat agent and connect it to the app. By now, you know how to create an agent for the app. I now open a new tab and type the address as https://dialogflow.cloud.google.com in the address bar. Now let's log in to the Dialogflow account we created. The Dialogflow chat agents we created in the last lesson are displayed here. For this, I am creating a new chat agent. For that, click on the arrowhead in front of the chat agent's name and select Create New Agent. The agent name is given as Portfolio Assistant. For the time zone, select GMT plus 5:30 Asia Colombo and click the Create button. Okay, now the chat agent has been created. Next, let's create the intents as needed. Here, we need to give details about the name, phone number, description, and developed apps related to the portfolio app to the user. First, I click on Intents and select Default Welcome Intent from here. Put the training phrases like this and add only the response as we want. I will press the Delete button in front of these responses and remove them from here. Instead of that, let's add a new response as Hello, how can I help you? Okay, now click this Save button and save the intent. Next, let's create the follow-up intent for the name, phone number, description and apps. First, create the follow-up intent for the name. I go back to Intents. Now take the mouse pointer on Default Welcome Intent and click on Add Follow-up Intent in front. Let's select Custom from here. You can see that the new intent has been added here. Now open this intent. Let's rename the intent name as the Default Welcome Intent name. Now click the Save button. Next, the training phrase is given as Can I know your name? Now let's add the response. I type here as I am Tilini. Okay, now click the Save button. Now let's add the next intent in the same way. I go back to Intents and take the mouse pointer on default welcome intent and click on Add Follow-up Intent in front of it. Let's select Custom from here. As before, the new intent was added here. Now I open this intent. Let's rename the intent name as Default Welcome Intent Phone. Now click the Save button. Next, the training phrase is given as Can I have your phone number? Now let's add the response here. I type sure 0777022221 here. Okay. Now I click the Save button. Again, I click on Intents. Now let's add the next follow-up intent. Take the mouse pointer on default welcome intent and click on Add Follow-up Intent in front. Let's select Custom from here. You can see that new intents has been added here. Now I open this intent. Let's rename the intent name as Default Welcome Intent Description. Now click the Save button. The next training phrase is given as Could you please give me a brief introduction on yourself? Now let's add the response. I type the introduction here as I am working as a 1. Serial entrepreneur, 2. Tech-based problem solver, 3. Native app developer, 4. Strong design discipline. Okay, now click the Save button. Next is to add the last follow-up intent. Once again, I go to Intent as before and take the mouse pointer on default welcome intent and click on Add Follow-up Intent in front of it. Let's select Custom from here. A new intent was added. Now let's open this intent. Let's rename the intent name as Default Welcome Intent Apps. Now click the Save button. Next, the training phrase is given as What are the applications you have developed? Now let's add the response. I type the apps here as number 1, Astronaut Game, number 2, Tiffin Planner, number 3, Chandrayaan, number 4, Dogs Breed Finder, number 5, Superheroes, number 6, Trash Sorter, number 7, Solar Eclipse, number 8, Moon Phases. Okay, now click the Save button. At this point, we have finished adding all the follow-ups we need. The next step is to connect the agent we created to the Thunkable app. Let's click on Integrations in the sidebar menu. From here, I click on Web Demo and enable Web Demo. Now we have received a code like this. Let's copy the URL under src here with Ctrl+C. Also, to get the output as a voice in the chat, I click on the settings icon in front of this bookbot in the sidebar menu. From here, go to the Speech tab and enable Text-to-Speech. Now click the Save button. Click the refresh button at the top of the window and refresh the page once. Okay, now we have finished creating the chat agent. But this agent has not yet connected to the Thunkable app. Now I go back to the tab where the Thunkable project was opened. From here, go to the bot screen and select the web viewer. Now go to the properties of the web viewer and paste the URL that we copied while creating the Dialogflow agent for the URL. Okay, now we have finished connecting the Dialogflow agent. As you can see, the screen has changed automatically. There is still a little work left. You may remember that when we designed the app, we added a chatbot image to the home screen. When you click on this chatbot image, the bot screen needs to open. Now let's prepare the code for this. I select the home screen from here and go to the Blocks tab. Let's drag the When Image Chatbot Click Code block under Image Chatbot here. Now drag the Navigate to Home code block in the Control section into this code block like this. Click on the front arrow in front of Home and select Bot Screen. Now we have completely created the portfolio app. You can now test the app live. If you have made it in this way, you little ones are very successful. To see the creation you made, WhatsApp it to the phone number Note 76 812 5244. Tell your friends about the creation. Send it to me and also send it to your friends to see this app. And one more thing. You too can now join the DP Coding School Telegram group and try to be the DP Code Champ Best of the Week once every week. Stay in touch with us for that. And one more thing. Join our DP Coding Club and now you can start a DP Coding Club in your school as well. We are ready to give you all the guidance for that. If you want to start a DP Coding Club in a school where computer labs are available, make a request to the principal of your school to the email address info@dpcc.lk. So let's meet with another interesting lesson through DP Coding School. Have a nice day.